Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target. I'm your host, Dustin. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. We got a great show for you. It's the final countdown. Let us retire to the rundown. All right, we have question of the week. Has Darth KK's reign come to an end? Has it? And we're going to end it with Andor Season 2 trailer just popped, and we're ready to talk about it. There's so much going on in the world of Star Wars, and we are going to discuss it all here tonight. It's going to be a blast. But with me, I have, as always, Nicholas!
That is me. I am Nicholas.
Welcome, my
I don't
friend.
have any nickels. Nicholas.
Why are you always Nicholas? Is that why you never give me any money?
Yeah. Mostly.
Mostly. Also principal.
Yeah. Also, I'm eating pretzels.
You are. It's
Principal
ASMR night.
pretzels.
Principal. Okay. And next we have the fact checker. What's up, fact checker?
Hey, yeah, good to be here.
Glad to have you, as always.
Yeah, got some good stuff to talk about tonight.
Yeah, we do. Also, I just want to point out the fact checker is running the ship. She is flying the ship. She's got a lot going on tonight, so
We're going to die.
we're all going to crash and burn. No.
Quality
She's
might be in the tank.
No, she's doing a great job. But yeah, let's jump into things. But before we do, don't forget to always like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about us so we can continue to grow this wonderful community together. Because with all of us together, we can make Star Wars.
Pretzels.
Or pretzels. Yeah, pretzels.
Pretzels.
Skylark thought you said Prince of Pretzels
Prince
earlier.
of pretzels. Princess.
That made me think of, what's it, Prince of Thieves?
It's butter. We'll make Star Wars butter.
We had to say it.
Yeah, the Prince of Thieves.
Arabian Nights.
Like Arabian.
All right, yeah, but we do have some things to discuss real quick, though. We got some housekeeping that we're going to go into.
Housekeeping?
So,
More like announcements?
Announcements, yes. Announcements right off the bat.
Announce-keeping?
We're going to announce them right away so you guys don't forget. So I don't forget.
So you don't forget?
So I don't forget.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
You
sorry.
ruined the
No, I'm sorry.
illusion.
oh, sorry. No. Please stop. It's like a magic trick when you cut the person in the box and it's like moving. Just me.
Yeah, that was great.
Had to be there, I guess.
Okay.
Nick was too focused on his pretzels.
Yeah.
I am. I'm really hungry for some reason.
Yeah, well, good thing we got snacks. Thank you, wife. She's amazing.
She's not in the room.
She's not. She might watch this
She's
back later.
I mean,
though.
she will, yeah.
Brownie points. So, we're going to announce here tonight, we have a new talent on Target coming up. It is going to drop April 16th, people, and jump in, fact checker, if I miss anything here. Because I said you should announce this, and then I'm
You're
announcing
doing
it.
great.
But,
Fact checker will
I
be
did write
tap
things down.
dancing.
The fact checker will be tap dancing. No, it's going to be talent on Target. Another special talent on Target, kind of like what we did for Battery. We did a special Gonk one. We're going to do that also for Andor. So it's going to be Andor/Rogue One themed. It's going to be family friendly, adhere to all the Stay on Target rules. And there will be a prize for everybody who submit the last time. You all got something if you wanted it. We will have something again. We're not going to announce it here tonight, but it is coming soon. And we might also have a winner prize or a random...
A winter prize?
Selection.
Probably more a random
Probably
selection
random.
prize as well. So
Winter prize?
a winter prize. No, we're going into spring.
So
Spring and Hoth is still pretty cold. Yeah, we're gonna spring a prize on them.
Spring a prize on them. Surprise!
Like show up at their house. Surprise!
Here we go. Here's the spring.
Like, how did you get my address?
How did you get it?
Don't worry about it.
Time travel.
We put a tracker on you. No, that's weird. All right. So yeah, save the date there and get your artwork going for Talent on Target, April 16th. We're excited to see everything that you guys have because it's Rise of the Fans. Am I right? And with the Rise of the Fans, we're putting in our Rise of the Fan talent here as well. If you haven't checked it out yet, we have a new series happening on our channel. It is called War of the Cosmic Tyrants. It's Star Wars D&D, baby. So if you haven't been enjoying stuff in Star Wars, or if you're just missing Star Wars, an adventure in Star Wars, we got the solution for you. It's our Star Wars D&D where we have a story. We're going through it. We're having a blast along the way. And you guys can join us in the fun. We got 2 episodes out already. So if you missed both of those, I'd highly recommend going back and checking them out. And just for a little tease / advertisement, we did get some awesome artwork done specifically for the show. And we're going to pop it up for you guys right now for our characters.
Pop it up.
Also, okay, let's get a quick thing real fast. Oh,
That's my hand.
you found the food. No, so which one do you think is Nick's character, everybody?
It's a hard one. It's almost a trick question.
It's almost a trick question. But guess in the comments. I'm going to answer it
Guess
very
in
soon.
the
So you
comments.
have like 5 seconds to answer this question.
It's Captain Rune.
It's obviously Captain Rune. No, no, Nick is...
I'm Derp Tip.
I
I don't know why I did that. I'm Derp Tip. I feel like a doofus.
That's because it's absolutely hilarious.
It is. It's really funny.
I love your character. Your character's probably my favorite so far. I mean, they're all fantastic.
So I don't speak basic. So I have this machine box that translates language for me.
There's a whole story on it already.
It's great. You guys got to watch the
The
episode.
first 2 episodes. And we've been having a blast over there. I guarantee you will laugh at some point. We're slightly new to D&D, so you'll have to bear with us through some of it. But the quality is just going to keep getting better. So definitely join us for the whole adventure. It's going to be a blast. But yeah, Nick is the Talls, the Pink Talls. I am Captain Rune. Just kind of makes sense. And a new member of the channel, Michaela, is Eulalia, and her husband Jared is our game master, and they are doing an epic job, and cool to have them on board for this D&D. We literally could not have done it without them because I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and they do.
Yep.
But yeah, we're having a blast. So definitely come check it out if you haven't yet. We greatly appreciate it. We'd love to see you guys over there. All right, let's get into question of the week. Yes, fact checker.
Well,
Let's not.
should
I
we
was
welcome
joking.
the Gonkers?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was just blowing on
I
through.
know. Yeah, you're
Look,
keeping it timely.
We got a mission. We got to get through things tonight. There's a lot to talk about. And I know we're going to talk for a while. So go ahead, fact checker. Who is with us
Yeah.
tonight? All the Gonkers in the chat.
Well, of course, yeah, we've got Skylark hanging out. She's reminding everyone to like and subscribe. So thanks, Skylark. And
Cheers.
what?
I said cheers.
Oh, I thought you said she is.
You can switch.
Sports
You
parchment.
can switch
She
to you if you
is.
want.
What?
You can switch to you there.
No,
Oh, you like
Do
it?
it.
Oh, okay.
no, I don't.
You're flying the ship. Okay.
Part of the
Okay,
ship,
whatever.
part of the crew.
No, it's fine.
I'd rather see you guys because I don't move.
Yeah, we'd rather see us too.
Thanks, Nick.
No, you're good. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you.
Yeah,
Keep going.
don't distract. Just kidding. All right. We also have Tmerkin. She said earlier, this is where the fun begins. And yeah, glad to have her here. Sonia is here hanging out. Carla is also here saying hello to everyone. Matt Rissman is hanging out.
What's up,
hello
Matt?
there, all.
Thanks for joining
So-
in.
Yeah, for sure. And then Ellie just jumped in. Shalom, shalom. Back to you. Good to see you.
Shalom, shalom.
And on the characters, Sonia said Derp Tip is Nick's Star Wars character. Okay, so
Yeah,
that was her guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was her guess. She knew. She got it.
Yeah,
Nailed
good
it.
job.
Nailed it.
How could you tell?
Yeah, how could you tell?
Did the pink mic give it away?
Was
Yeah.
that not? Was it subtle?
Was it
Was
subtle?
it subtle enough? Too subtle?
Also, the funny thing, too, is that, your mic does match your character. That's why
Yeah.
we have it.
Well, because okay,
You rolled for that, though.
That's
the funniest
I
thing.
rolled all of that.
That's right.
Yeah, that's all
I
random.
actually,
It was just in the
I picked
cards.
the fur color though.
Oh, you
Because
did?
it was like it could be white or pink, and I'm like, I'm going pink. I got to at this point.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, someone cool probably gave you that mic, which inspired the idea for your character, is all I'm saying.
No, I just went as outlandish as I could.
That's true. He's a pretty outlandish kind of guy.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
for sure.
But it's, it's been a ton of fun. But thank you, Gonkers, for being here tonight with us.
Yeah, and all the lurkers,
And
too.
all the lurkers. I know we got plenty out there. There's more out there for sure. And if you're watching this back later, like, comment, but we want to hear your thoughts on everything. So if we miss you, if you're watching back later, comment below. Let us know what you guys think about the topics on hand. Is KK retiring? What do you think about Andor Season 2? Are you going to watch our D&D? And that's all I have to say about that. All right, let's jump into question of the week. Question of the week we have, which is the most apparent question in all of Star
You
Wars
literally
right
just
now.
said it 5 seconds ago.
I did. I'm going to repeat it.
Yeah.
Is KK retiring for real this time? That is the question this week. Is KK actually retiring. Is the evil reign of Darth KK finally over? Nick, your thoughts?
Well, Dustin, I think if she doesn't retire, she's going to get forced out. So I believe that, yes, she is actually going to retire this time.
Okay.
Because I think the people have had enough.
And there's been some rumors out there.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it. Speaking of being forced out, that some people are saying this might have been
A force out.
a force out.
Yeah. I think so. I think
Star Wars Force out.
No.
It writes itself.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm retiring.
You're retiring, or are you being
I've
forced out?
had enough. I'm only doing the D&D sessions from now on.
I'm
Yeah.
retired.
This stuff I'm done with.
I'm retired of this.
I'm retired of this. You're tiring, and I'm retiring. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt
and
it either.
honestly, I think she's gonna go kicking and screaming. I think she's just gonna. I don't know. At this point, I don't think she has any more credibility. So she's just gonna. She might throw a temper tantrum on her way out.
I
I hope somebody films it and releases, puts it on YouTube because it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I will eat popcorn and watch.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like she could possibly be that petty, but I don't know if that's just our imaginations running wild with the decisions she made, and we're making a personification in our minds of what she's actually like.
Personification.
But from a lot of the decisions she's made, I think it would be justified in a lot of ways. Fact checker, what about you? What do you think? Do you think she's retiring for real this time? Coming off the news that was dropped by PUCK, I think was the outlet. That's
PUCK?
Yeah, Puck.
That's not what it spells.
I think that's the outlet that dropped the news on that, stating that she would be stepping down by the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
No, I think it's true. I mean, maybe it's wishful, hopeful thinking, but I feel like the news exploded so far and wide. There's got to be enough realness, truth to it, and Disney's already trying to cover for it, saying something about timing is what I saw.
Really?
And so I feel like they're freaking out. They didn't expect it to leak this quickly, but
Somebody's gonna tell.
but I think she
Yeah.
is
legit.
going to be done.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think at this point, just with all the news and semi-celebration of her retiring, I think it kind of forces their hand in general, because if it doesn't come true, how much is that going to damage the brand?
Yep.
Especially if Andor is a
it'll really
success.
damage it.
Although I have heard that the rumor is going around that they were going to announce it at Celebration, but someone scooped it ahead of time, and then now
Okay.
it's forcing their hand. And they haven't. So the thing that we don't know, because it's not official, this is not officially a Star Wars announcement. So there's no official statement on this. This is all still very much rumor. But the crazy part is everybody has run with it. And it does make sense. But the other side of it is this a ploy or
A decoy.
well, to drum up, is this to drum up interest in Star Wars again ahead of Andor? Is this just a hook to get people talking about Star Wars again? It was, who said it? It was...
Your tip?
No, Doomcock is the one who actually put out a video on that, and I listened to him earlier about that, so I want to give credit there. He was talking about some of the people that he's heard from. They were saying that they'll believe it when they see it. And I'm kind of in that same category now for how many times we've heard, but I do actually believe that she is going to retire by the end of this year. Mm-hmm. I think it does make the most amount of sense with everything that's going on. And there's not a lot of projects announced. The only other one that we really know about, and there's only a few, but they don't have any long-term things set right now.
They're not shelved.
I think they're keeping them not announced so that whoever steps in has a path moving forward, if they don't already have a path moving forward and somebody already picked out who has a map laid out, a vision. Yeah. So Visions? Well, we do know that one's coming out. Visions. So yeah, there's rumors about that it might just be drumming up interest again in Star Wars. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's just a clever ploy to get us excited about Star Wars again and then to watch Andor because of this?
Muy interesante.
Okay.
No, I don't.
You don't think it's that?
I don't think they're that smart.
You think she's just going?
I think she's gone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get another drink. So
that's fine. Yeah, no, I tend to agree that I think she's gone, but there's just so much out there, and we've heard that for years. That's why it's hard for me to like fully commit to like, oh yeah, she's definitely gonna be gone. And in some ways, if she is that petty, what if like this announcement comes out, she sees how excited everybody is that she's leaving, and she's like, nah, I'm gonna stay on one more year just to tick everybody off. Although I feel like she already did that because I heard rumor that she was up last year.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
Yeah.
Her contract was supposed to
Actually,
end last year.
But they gave her like an extension.
Yeah, she chose not to leave is what I saw.
And some people were saying online that some people are saying she's not going to leave until the Rey movie is in the books.
Gosh,
or
no.
like, made.
no, bro.
That's part of her legacy.
Yeah. I don't think that's happening. I really don't think that series or that movie is happening at all. So I know you threw a poll up there, fact checker.
Where's the poll?
it's in the ether. But
It's got to land somewhere.
So we're pretty much all in agreement that we think she's going out by the end of the year.
Yeah, and well, Matt Reisman has a good thought that she's retiring as president, but will remain as producer on upcoming Star Wars movies.
Ooh, I can see that being a deal that she works out.
Maybe things that she's already connected to, because of course she'll want her name on as much as possible.
Well, and that's kind of what more her legacy is anyway. She always has been a producer, and she's been attached to a lot of successful movies as a producer. Now, should she have creative control? Absolutely not, because we've seen what direction that sends.
The power of many.
Yeah, and the things she loved are the things that all the fans disliked.
Things that made the fans shudder.
And the funny thing is, Steven Spielberg talked about her in the early days. And how she had a notebook and she was supposed to be keeping notes, and he's like, I think he said something like, the one thing I do remember,
she threw it out.
Yeah, is she stopped taking notes, but she was really good at interrupting everybody when we had ideas, interjecting her own ideas.
Oh, yikes.
And I was like, ooh, if that doesn't set a bad precedent right off the bat.
Leave it to Spielberg to keep it real.
Oh man, well, do you remember whenever he was like they were giving the award ceremony thing, and he didn't even mention KK or just totally they were up. It was the most awkward thing ever.
Right.
So funny in my personal opinion. I know she's done some good work, and not that we want to see anybody.
She's done some good work.
Shum the non-believer.
Shine.
But
Name that reference.
Yeah, that's a deep
cut.
a deep cut right there. All right, anything else you guys think about this? We're going to move into the next question, follow up to it, but go ahead, fact check.
Oh, yeah. Dan, the Stay on Target pilot, is in the chat saying,
Nice.
It's not a tumor.
It's not the tumor. It's not the tumor.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
He said, I mean, not a rumor. The fact that all the trades ran with it means it's much more than a rumor. Take it to the bank.
Okay.
Cash that in.
Yep. And then Hunter jumped in saying she should be jailed for crimes against humanity. Hashtag lock her up.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I'm close.
Nah, I'm with him.
I'm close.
I'm with him. My apprentice.
Look how she massacred our boy.
She massacred our boy.
They are already playing defense though, saying that like, oh, she came into like a toxic fandom and she was trying to do all these like new things and she couldn't because the fan. It was like there was already articles out there like that, and I'm like, get out of here, right? Meow.
They didn't have any source material to glean from.
Oh,
I mean,
that right there, I would have been like, "You're done."
that hurt. That actually
just
hurt
go.
me.
I don't ever want to see you again.
It's bad, man. It's bad. But
source material. It's like, you have a lot of source material.
But the next question, though, in line is, who do you think is going to replace her? That is the next question.
Okay, so while we're thinking of that, should I
let's finish out
the poll,
that poll,
and then we can put in some thoughts and get numbers?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, KG also jumped in. Good to see you. She
KG.
said, I'll believe it when I see it. If anything, though, she ain't getting fired, just retired.
Yeah.
She's not getting rehired, that's for sure.
I don't know. That's what I was going to say, though. What if in like 5 years they're like, somehow KK returned?
Please don't. Honestly, I don't
Somehow
think.
Darth KK returned.
Like, if it even goes any worse, like if whoever replaces her does worse than her, I don't think Disney's going to own Star Wars very long.
No,
I think they're going to sell it.
Yeah, I think they're making the absolute necessary changes they have to because
Necessary?
Yeah, sorry. I think they're going to possibly be out of business. I think Disney
Yeah.
as a whole could be out of business in 5 years if they don't make these corrections.
Honestly, I
and
wouldn't
I
be
think that's
surprised.
why. That's another reason why I think she's actually going. But what's the poll saying there, fact checker?
Yeah, okay. So poll 40. Oh, we're tied. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
We're tied 45% for both. Yes, I believe the rumors, and I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay.
That's 90%. Where's the
So,
other 10?
Well, the other 9% is no, it's just a rumor.
just a rumor.
Why does it
wow.
not add up to 100%?
Just to drive you
Yeah,
guys nuts.
It is. It's literally.
I don't understand why it does that.
It's like deep fake Luke for you. They do it just to bug you.
It's true. They're like, this will really throw Nick off.
Does it get right under?
and
He'll enjoy it until he sees his face, and then he'll be like, yeah, I don't like that.
And Dustin will do the same thing by bringing it up.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to
I do like
drive you
poking
nuts.
you with that every once in a while.
They're making millions off of my misery.
Right? All right. So,
All right, so who are the options for who we think will replace her?
Ooh, yeah. Who do you think's the best option? Go, Nick.
Nicolas Cage.
Nick. Honestly, at this point, he probably is.
We need like he play,
probably is. a
he
better
like
choice.
he stirs stuff up, and we need him. We really do. I think he could take Star Wars in a very interesting direction.
How crazy would that be? But the only problem is that he would be in every movie.
That's my point, dude. It'd be hilarious. He'd be playing like multiple roles in one movie.
And no, he cast himself as the Force.
Yeah.
So that guarantees he's in every
It's
movie.
me, Nicolas Cage.
Cage.
I'm the Force. It's me, Nicholas. I mean, the Force.
He would. Wow! Woo! Oh my goodness! All right. Well, no, seriously though. Other than that, what's your other? Unless that is your.
Antonio Banderas.
No, I only have room for 4 spaces.
Honestly, no, I don't.
I have them filled.
I
if you
honestly
want.
don't know. I
You
haven't
don't know?
even thought about it.
All right.
I heard this news like 20 minutes before the show started.
He really keeps up on the news.
I think I heard it yesterday, and I was like, "Yeah, that's cool."
I think you did. I think you derp tip. All right, fact checker. Who do you think is going to be the next supreme ruler of Lucasfilm?
Well, I mean, I will vote for Hannah Roll.
Obviously.
Hannah for
There
Prez.
you go.
So I've got her in the list.
Okay.
And then
that's
there's
it.
2 other kind of obvious options
Yep.
that you're probably going to say.
No, you say one. I'll
No,
say
you
the
say
other.
one. We'll say the other.
Okay, Jon Favreau.
Yep. And
Jelly roll.
And I think. that,
Oh, is it not
that
jelly
goes-
roll?
That actually goes pretty good with
Yeah.
Jon Favreau. No, and then Dave Filoni, I
Okay,
think is.
I'm starting. I'm launching the poll.
He's
Yeah.
Filoni baloney.
Filoni baloney. I do feel that way in a lot. Yeah. Who do
Martin
I want?
Scorsese.
You know who actually? Out of all the picks that we've talked about, I think that Favreau would actually be the best choice.
Seriously,
for
not Nicolas Cage?
Well, I mean, other than Nicolas Cage, obviously Nicolas Cage is obviously
Yeah,
at the top.
he's top tier.
Top tier, but close. No, distant second.
Distant
but still
second. Not even
next.
in the same county.
He's Jon Favreau, just because the way
I think Favreau has a better shot than Filoni.
I think so too, because
Yeah.
Favreau's been in, just Hollywood in general longer, and he's had more success in
And
Hollywood.
he knows how to create
teams,
universes.
Yeah. He knows
Yeah.
how to create and sustain and keep them moving. Because there's stuff
Take them and care for them.
there's a lot of talk that he helped Kevin Feige a ton. Like Kevin Feige bounced a lot of ideas, and he worked with Jon Favreau more than they even talk about. Like they always say, like, "Oh, Kevin Feige's the GOAT," although the last couple of years he's not.
He is most assuredly
but
a man.
Think about it this way, though: the years that Favreau was working for Star Wars
Yeah.
are actually the worst years for.
I think it was because he didn't have really any control over the whole situation.
Right, and that's been the biggest thing I think for Favreau.
But I mean, they did give us the Mandalorian, and that was
Yeah.
that was the best thing Star Wars created up to Episode 3.
yeah, going back.
Yeah.
I mean, Rogue One was good.
Oh yeah, Rouge One.
I'd say Rogue One. Yeah,
Yeah, up until that point, Rogue
Right.
One.
yeah. Those are two.
I'm sorry,
those
Rogue
are the,
One fans. I forgot about it.
Those are probably the two best things that Disney Star Wars has done. Is
The two
Rogue
best
One,
things.
yeah, and Mandalorian season 1 and 2. They messed it up in season 3.
Well,
And
'cause I think-
2.5 that one episode
Because I
was
think
awesome. Or
Favreau
2.
was like hands on with season 1,
and 2.
and then he eventually like stepped back
well,
by the
yeah.
end of season 2, And then season 3, he was not even involved with.
I want to see.
I think they like barred him from production.
I actually think they screwed that up more than he did because I think they were forcing mandates on him. Especially, I think they forced Grogu to come back.
Yep.
And I don't
that
think
was
he
never
wanted
the
it.
plan.
And I think that threw everything off. And I think from there he was just like,
he didn't,
whatever.
He didn't want to deal with it. He
Yeah.
was like, if you're not going to listen to me, I'm not going to help you.
Right. But that's what I want to see. I want to see the behind the scenes of the last 10 years of Star Wars of what actually went on behind the scenes.
Obviously, they
with
got
all
a
the
lot
failed movies, shows, Jon Favreau, all that stuff. I want to know who was making the actual decisions and what happened.
Obviously, they got in a lot of fist fights.
It
was a wild time.
It was lightsaber duels, actually.
With their fists.
With their fists. Wow. No, but all right. So Filoni, I think, is the second, other than Nicolas Cage, obviously, but top tier here. And then I think Filoni, though, they might go with, unfortunately.
But Bismo just chimed in and said, probably Jon Fav. Don't think that's Dave's strong suit.
Yeah.
And I would agree.
I agree.
Because have you seen Ahsoka?
You're throwing that right at Miz, too.
Ouch.
Wow. Shots fired.
Yeah.
And even on an Andor night.
Andor.
Andor what?
Andor what?
Yeah, so, but yeah, because
I don't think, he could, Filoni could be the head of it, but I think he should be more of, the creative side of it. I don't think he should be the head of the whole company. Jon Favreau's got more sense.
See,
Business sense.
Dave Filoni needs to be kind of the connective tissue. He needs to be the George Lucas as far
Sticky
as
stuff.
the universe goes, making sure things kind of line up. But I don't think he necessarily, because the problem is the only live action thing we've got from him is Ahsoka, and personally, I did not like Ahsoka at all, and I just wasn't blown away by it, especially being the heir to George Lucas. And that's why I don't think, plus he's just always been on the creative side. We don't know how much logistics and business sense he has.
I don't know where you got your statistics.
So, yeah. What about you, fact checker? I haven't got your thoughts on this. What are you thinking?
I mean, because Dave is already in the corporate structure, what is he, the COO or something?
The coup.
No, he's like the chief creative officer. Or something
CCO,
like
yeah.
that.
That's where he should stay.
I feel like he would be a natural successor because he's already close to the top.
Right.
I don't know if I feel one way. I feel like no matter what, getting KK out of there will be better.
Yeah.
I hope, of course.
Or to create a power vacuum so powerful
Might.
that another person comes in that's even worse.
Yeah. I mean,
You don't know.
It's
It's a
possible.
risk for sure, but I just think I don't know. She's done so much bad things that I think a change is definitely needed. Mm-hmm. And I would hope for the best.
Two outliers here. What if?
Don't call me a liar.
Yeah. Who are you talking? Me and Nick.
What if George buys it back, or they have
Dude,
George
if
Lucas
George-
come back? I don't think that's happening.
Could
Just
you
to
imagine
cut it off,
either.
that
but-
power play though? Just
Yeah.
well,
What if they
I
bring
tried to
him
give
back?
it to you, Kathleen, but you screwed it up. Now I gotta save it.
I'm not saying there's I still think there's a 10% chance that he could.
Oh, I think you could.
I'm not saying it's high percentage because I think he's kind of washed his hands of it and he's doing other things. But at the same time, that was his baby for most of his life, for a lot of his life anyway. And he cultivated that only to see it be ruined in 13 years?
Not even 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, it was ruined in, at least the IP overall.
Yeah.
It's a damaged brand at this point, unfortunately.
Just damaged goods.
It's damaged goods, lady.
Lady.
Lady. KK. But in some ways, thinking on his perspective, obviously he doesn't need it for the money. But at this point, he's getting old.
This is George.
What about his legacy?
Yeah, this is George Lucas's redemption arc.
Obviously, his legacy is still going to stand, I think, the test of time. But at the same time, it's also who he let run it after him is still part of his legacy. Mm-hmm. And I think, to a small degree, wouldn't you want to come back and try and fix things?
Yeah, but I think
he might be the only one that could.
I think he's just tired.
Yeah. And I don't know
I
that
agree,
he would
but-
have enough creative abilities. Or, I mean, he's super
What are
creative.
you
I don't mean that.
saying?
No, I mean,
Okay, mute her. Chat, mute her.
no, I meant he's just maybe not as in tune with different things that are popular now. I'm not calling him old necessarily, but
yeah,
like
That's
over
exactly
80.
what you just did.
it's just different times, and I think a
He's old
fresher
news.
mindset might not hurt.
Yeah.
What you're saying is kick him to the curb because he's decrepit.
No, I would if I were him and I had this great legacy of the original movies and everything before Disney came into the picture. Why step back into the mud now? Just to save
Right.
it. That's just it. The mud is going to get all over
No, what he
him,
needs
and
to
it's
do-
not worth it.
What he needs to do is release the original cuts of the original trilogy and not that special edition garbage.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get some George-ness in there, of course. But at the same time, he's not doing it for money. He's not doing it for clout. He would literally be coming back, I think, to clean it up. That would be his goal. And how are they not going to listen to him if he comes back and he's just shooting from the hip, being like, all right, you're out. Let's set this up. Let's make sure this time that you guys don't screw it up and put like certain things into place. But at the same time, I don't know if he's really as business savvy to do that as well. And to your point, fact checker, it might just sully his reputation even more, or his legacy even more, if he does even come back. Because that's the biggest challenge, is who's going to want to step into Star Wars at this time when it's at its all-time low, basically. That's a tough spot to be in for anybody coming in.
Right.
But, and that's the first couple projects are going to define a lot. It's going to be a challenge, and whoever steps in is they have a big task ahead of them.
Yeah. So a few people were naming some names that
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with, but
Read 'em off.
yeah. So KG said Lin-Wyn Brennan is the successor.
Is that, didn't they just hire someone in or put somebody in as... I thought there was another higher up at Disney that I hadn't really heard much
They
about.
also talked about...
No idea.
Well, Matt thought that Lin-Wyn is going to stay in her current position.
Oh, yeah, that's the chick that's kind of under KK.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
Kind
Carrie
of
Beck
under?
being mentioned as well.
Yeah.
Carrie Beck?
Yeah. So I think someone said...
I know these names. I don't know the person.
Yeah,
though.
Carrie Beck, she's been there for a long time. She's good friends with Dave Filoni.
So yeah, so she might be in charge of like the
financial side.
yeah,
or
and
the
he might be the
business.
creative if
So
he
it's like
does
a-
take over. So yeah.
What about this? Elon.
Elon Musk.
Look,
Jeez,
love him or hate him,
dude.
he'd clean it up. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
He'd probably get things back to profit.
I don't know.
Profitable.
Yeah, or just shut the company
Or he might
down.
just shut it all down. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I almost think I don't know if it really should be someone inside of
No,
Lucasfilm.
it's got to be somebody outside.
Yeah, well, and that's what someone else said. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering who, and yeah, too
That's
much going
fine.
on. But that KK might recommend someone completely, and they might go with her suggestion.
Why would they listen?
I don't
to
know
her?
if they would go with her suggestion
I
at all this
wouldn't.
time. I hope
I'd be like,
not.
yeah, okay.
Well, because maybe she's been training someone up for that position.
Dark apprentice.
But why would they listen to her?
No, I'd be like,
Train-
no, anybody, like anything you touched is done. We're
Well,
done.
they're not firing her from what we're hearing.
Well,
She's retiring. Therefore, they still believe in what
forced
she...
retirement.
The other,
Things that they
the other
want.
rumor was she had a choice. You can either
Sure.
retire
Choice.
or we can fire you. Those are your choices at this
but we're
point.
not
Yeah.
gonna rehire
Yeah, I
you.
guess we don't know.
So, all right, what are people saying in the poll? What are they going with?
So, well, totally winning, which makes sense, is Hannah at 50%.
Yep.
Obviously, that's number one.
Obviously.
That would be amazing for sure. And fresh perspective, all of it.
Yeah. Oh,
John-
yeah, for sure.
Yep, John Favreau right now is second at 40%, Dave Filoni at 10, and sorry, Nick, no one's voting for Nicolas Cage.
Oh man, I'll vote for him.
Come on, you guys. Think about the iconic roles he's played.
Right.
His business sense, though, really isn't the greatest.
I don't know.
But he is.
What's he got to lose though?
He is a national treasure.
He is.
Am I right?
I agree with that.
Oh man, he's not shirtless. Fact checker.
I didn't say anything.
I agree with that.
I agree.
I like the National Treasure movies. That's what I meant.
Oh, that's what you were referencing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, Nick.
But yeah.
Weren't they supposed to make a third one of those? Oh no, wait, it was the TV show. Never mind.
Wait, so what was their actual second pick other than Hannah?
Filoni.
Yeah.
Filoni,
Favreau.
really?
No, Favreau.
Oh, Favreau. Oh, wow. They're going Favreau.
Favroni.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know, I think there's been some political struggles, and I don't know if Favreau wants to step into it
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
I think that's why we probably will, unfortunately, get Filoni.
Unfortunately.
In my
It's so
personal
funny
opinion,
because he used to love
Yeah.
Filoni, and now he's like, yeah, he's not that great.
look, dude.
They always say never meet your heroes.
Well,
he didn't.
I didn't.
He didn't meet his hero.
I didn't meet my heroes, but I got more information about him.
He knows the real Filoni.
Well, it's just
Okay,
there's a lot to it there.
explain that.
Well, there's stuff
I've
with
never
his
heard that
there's
word.
stuff with his wife that I didn't appreciate, and then there was also just Ahsoka is kind of case in point for me. If he was in charge of that, it should have been amazing, and I don't think he could get out of his
I
own
think
way.
he was like roped into it.
I don't think so. I
But-
think he loves his character
He does.
so much. That's the problem, though. Also,
But also, I think he was told to do it a certain way.
I agree. I think he did have some mandates on him, but I think he went along willingly. And I think that's also why Favreau took a step back for season 3, and that's why Dave Filoni did most of season 3 of Mando.
Yeah.
All
If
right,
you
well,
remember that.
Bismo's got a question for
So,
you.
all right, what's the
No,
question?
We don't answer questions.
So, Dustin, you don't want Filoni, but he's George's apprentice. Who else would you bring in outside of George, which is not possible?
Yeah, so I know. Look, I'm torn with Dave Filoni. Now, I feel like eventually he could do a good job, but
Eventually,
I just, from what I've seen recently,
it's not great.
I just can't say that right now because I think the best he's been is with Favreau. And then I'm like, well, then why don't we just go Favreau? So for me personally, I think Favreau should be the choice.
Why are you enunciating his name like that?
Favreau.
He
I don't
always
know.
does.
Favreau.
He
Did
I
always
say it
does,
that way?
Nick.
It's
Yeah.
Favreau.
I didn't even Favreau. I don't know. I was just
It's
say
fun.
it that way. I really over enunciate
It doesn't
sometimes.
matter.
Favreau. I'm like, it's Favreau.
In some ways, I'd like to see George Lucas back because I think
That'd be like saying George Lucas.
Lucas. Lucas. That's how I like to say it.
Filoni.
Filoni. Favreau. Yeah, do I do that? I don't even know. I
You
did
do
that.
Favreau. I don't know about
Favreau?
Filoni.
That's because it's French, and you say
Favreau.
That's why you say it this way.
KG said, yeah, that's the only problem I got with Filoni, his outright obsession with Ahsoka. The Ahsoka series wasn't that bad, especially for someone's first live action attempt.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm being a little harsh, but at the same time, it's a multi-billion-dollar company, and if you're not hitting it out of the park, then you're riding the struggle bus.
Your name is Favreau.
Favreau. But Favreau with The Mandalorian on his first attempt in Star Wars nailed
See,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
And he
that's
knows how
why
to put a team together. That's what I like about
him,
Favreau.
Second only to Nicolas Cage, would be the best choice.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So to answer the question, I think Favreau actually would be the best choice. Next, Filoni. Well,
Favreau.
obviously George Lucas, obviously Nicolas Cage, obviously Hannah, but
Yeah.
and the realistic side of things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we do have somebody joining us live
Well,
on air. It's a live
Well, you
show.
didn't have to
never
call
know.
it out. We could have done it secretly.
Nobody told me that.
Okay, let me read a chat real
Yeah,
fast.
go ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
All
Now
right,
you
so
can go in there, secret person.
Matt Risman said, all I know is they better not put KK out there for any Andor 2 related interviews
Yeah.
because the first question she's going to get is about her retirement.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which would be pretty
the
funny.
spin team is like trying to figure out what they're going to say heavy right now. They're like, "What the heck, guys? What are we going to say to this?" Favreau's just
It'll-
KK in the closet screaming her head off.
She says, no, it's gonna be like it's not shelved.
It's not shelved. Yeah.
And she'll be like, I'm not retiring.
And then it's announced that she's retiring.
Yep.
It happens. All right, but we have live with us. It's a live show in studio. The one, the only, the pilot. What's up, Dan?
Hey guys, how you doing? I snuck in. You like that?
Oh,
Oh,
yep.
your mic's a
It's in
little
and out,
goofy.
but
Yeah.
it's there now. You're there.
Yeah, you're there.
I'm here.
You're here. There you are.
I'm showing up, and now I'm here. How you guys doing? Yeah, I heard the conversation is good.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's going good.
Yeah, KK gone.
KK gone.
Nicolas Cage is in.
Nicholas
KK
Cage.
gone though reminds me of like a song that should have been in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Because you know how all
Oh,
the
yeah,
songs
yeah.
started with KK,
KK
Smooth, so KK Slider.
Yeah. That was who.
Yeah, they were all KK this and KK that, but I'd say this KK is a bad connotation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
KK Darth.
Darth KK.
But either way, it's pretty exciting news that everybody's confident enough to talk about this one this time on the newsreels. You guys hearing me?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're just a little hot.
Abundantly
She's just
so.
bringing it down just a little bit.
It's
You're
a live
super hot,
show,
Dan.
people.
Well, give me some audio. This is what happens when you come in. It's a live show.
It's a live show. Hey, that's our tagline. Don't rip on our tagline.
Don't rip on our
Definitely
tags,
working
man.
Now,
Now it's
louder
too
than the
low.
others. That's right. That's
No,
because I
that's
bring
totally
a
fine.
different level of audio.
That's because
energy
he's
to the show.
literally shouting.
Dan has no filter.
I have no headphones either, so that makes
Here,
me
you want-
louder.
you want the headphones?
Nope, I don't.
Okay.
He doesn't
I
want the
think it's-
headphones.
I think
But-
it's better.
Forget about it. I'm here, so you guys keep talking.
That sounds way better. Yeah, we're good. We're doing good. Yeah, Dan, you're in. Do you think KK's gone? You think she's gone, right? You answered in the chat, right?
Oh yeah, no, she's absolutely gone. It's not even a rumor; it's a fact because it's on all the trades. That's my opinion.
That's your opinion,
Yeah.
and you're sticking with it?
Yep. There's been. I mean, we've done probably 62 shows here of rumors of her leaving, rumors for probably since 2021, and this is the first time that I think people were confident enough to run with it on anything but smellslikefarts.com, news outlet
Wow.
or whatever. So now it's like, well, Variety and all the Hollywood Reporter and the big guns. See me move really fast. It was kind of creepy.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
like a
that
fast
was
zombie.
really weird. I don't know what happened to the wide angle. It
Yeah.
was slowing down.
Processing, I think,
we
took place.
Yeah, we kind of hit a little.
The process of
Buffer zone.
elimination.
Dan shows up in the buffer zone. Buffer zone.
Buffer zone.
Classic, the return. Yeah, that makes sense. Who do you think's going to replace, real quick, since we got to jump into Andor season 2, which we're all excited about. Who do you think possibly could be the successor, though, Dan? To
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I think it's too big of a question for KK should not be picking the person. I don't think Bob Iger should be picking the person.
no.
I feel like it should be somebody that they know that the fans will get behind.
I don't know why it's doing that. Sorry, it wasn't doing that the other day.
The
good.
fans should be getting behind them.
Yeah, it should
and
be.
so that should be somebody that can unite most of the, like a Favreau or something. Maybe Filoni, maybe not Filoni. So, yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot to it. Whoever they pick, they have some work to do.
They got some big shoes to
They-
fill.
They do, unfortunately.
Well,
Mostly
That's gonna be-
because
Her shoes were really small, and
Yeah,
she
but she
literally did
destroyed 'em.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she destroyed everything. So literally all somebody has to come in and do is come in and be like,
concrete.
let's have some fun. Let's have some fun in the Star Wars universe.
Yep.
Let's not like
yeah.
Let's not
announce,
push any
cancel,
agendas.
announce, cancel,
Yeah.
push my own thing and run it like it's 1950s Hollywood. Like, let's get the hot producer, let's get the hot writer, and then shut them down when they do a bad project. And let's have a little bit of a game plan. That's all you got to do.
I know. Someone needs to come in with a vision and to
Visions?
actually execute the vision and be a team player.
Star Wars Visions?
And not, yes, exactly. And not derail everything. All right, cool. Well, thanks for answering those, Dan. Let's move on to Andor Season 2 trailer just dropped. When did it drop? Just yesterday?
Yeah.
yesterday.
Just yesterday. Or was it Monday?
yesterday.
I can't remember now.
I think it was Monday.
Monday. It was
Oh.
Monday, not yesterday.
Monday was the
Time flies.
trailer, I think, and then the news of who was like the
Dropped.
next day.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I
I
think
feel like
so.
it all happened at once, but I don't know. It's all a
No,
blur.
the trailer was absolutely Monday. Yep, and then because I think it was like 2 months until the show comes out or something.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, because it comes
No,
out
it's 22nd, I guess.
the 22nd,
April.
right? Yeah, April 22nd is whenever the show
April
debuts.
22nd.
And wow, what a trailer that was, though. I think it did its job getting people hyped for it. It definitely looked good as far
Yeah.
as like cinematography, the characters that we were all getting to see in it.
And I know Dan loved the music.
I loved it so much that I spent 5 hours editing it out.
Yep. And
No,
honestly, it's
yeah.
a better trailer than what they
It
gave
is.
us.
It deserves like season 1. They just had kind of like Star Warsy kind of epic music.
Yeah.
and,
Hey, the bells, remember?
and the
hammer
bells.
dude.
Yeah, they kind of leaned into the actual ambiance of the show. Like that was. I remember the boot stomping. Like they
Yeah.
actually felt like Imperial presence in the trailer.
right.
And
It was
I was like, I missed that. So we had to add in all the heel click walking pretty much because that's pretty much the entire trailer was just people walking.
Yeah.
and then the music, which
I don't understand the song choice.
what was the song again, Nick?
I don't even
It was
remember.
something from like
It was
the
Revolution.
The Revolution starts now.
from like
or
2000. It wasn't even like an old song. I mean,
Yeah.
that's 25 years now, but it was.
That's old.
That is, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, typically these things play the same 4 songs from 1970.
Yeah.
Like the same classic rock songs you hear on the radio 62 times a day. They tried to pull something from 2000, which was trash. I'd rather hear something from 70s or 60s or something, but it wasn't even necessary. It's like,
It wasn't.
it was stepping on the trailer.
Yeah.
It hurt me.
I don't understand why they chose a song with words.
Yeah.
That part confused me. I was like, why
Well-
are they singing?
Yeah.
The weird thing, though, is they did that also for Skeleton Crew. They picked a song for Skeleton Crew and then changed it to Hatiz.
Yeah, see, if they did that,
I thought that was
it
actually
probably
pretty
would've made
clever, at
sense.
least.
Yeah.
And kind of, I think that fit more of the tone.
That's
well,
exactly
kind
right.
of. It wasn't really piratey. That was the only thing that was weird about
but
that
it
music.
didn't.
But
The one in Andor didn't fit the tone at all.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
like
I agree.
we're watching a Star Wars trailer, but the music is for like I don't even know.
I heard it said that the trailer was for not Star Wars fans. It was a trailer for the greater movie audience, because all they did in the trailer was like, this show that we did 2 years ago was epic. Look at all the accolades that it got.
Yeah, you're right.
And let's play music like you'd see at Guardians of the Galaxy or some Marvel movie or something that's more poppy, has nothing to do with Star Wars. So they're like, in a way, they showed their latest Star Wars show by trying to show that it wasn't Star Wars or something. I don't know. They're trying to like play it to all the people, because
Yeah.
if you play Star Warsy things, like people are out, right now.
That because the brand is so damaged.
Yes.
At this point, they're trying to reach a different audience.
This
But
is the
you
only
know-
good thing. Yeah, go
You
ahead.
know how else you can do that? Don't make Star Wars shows.
It's very true.
in general,
Yeah.
or just don't make Star Wars that sucks. That's really the
I mean
thing.
both.
But yeah.
But yeah, I mean yeah.
I
Because
don't
you want people to watch it, and you're like, oh, you don't want to associate it with Star Wars. Then don't make Star Wars.
right.
You know.
However,
But this is Star Wars. And
This
we want
is.
Star Warsy type music
Yeah.
with our Star Wars trailers.
And
Yeah.
there's a way
Yeah.
to be creative in it.
Yeah.
Without reaching for like modern day stuff, because the problem
Oh,
for
we got to
me,
connect with the
Yeah.
audience.
yeah, the problem
Right.
for me is anytime you bring in a modern-ish song, I know it's a long time ago,
Right.
into anything Star Wars or related, you immediately date it.
Yep.
yeah.
And if you date it, then it kind of takes away that timeless feel.
Yep.
Right. You would have been better off playing a song from 2025. You know what I'm saying? Because at
Yeah.
least if you like, because clearly they're not going for the OG Star Wars fans with that kind of a
Right.
music.
Right.
And they haven't been going for those fans anyway. They don't want those fans. And at least,
Those fans are dead to them.
yeah. So they're like, if
don't
you
know.
want a new group of people, like play something modern from like literally today, and maybe you'll get something on TikTok to blow up, and then you'll get a bunch of people to like talk about it.
Right, because they're leaning into getting new people, because the problem with the first season of Andor is not very many people watched it. I mean, it still was more than Skeleton Crew and I think Ahsoka and Acolyte. But in the end, and I think it's picked up steam over time. So I think they're like, oh man, everybody look at the accolades we got, because the people that did watch it loved it. So we're just trying to show you, like, come watch this. We just want more eyes on it. And I do think there's a little bit of like a last ditch effort here with some of Andor that's happening, because the brand is so damaged and because it has such good grace even in the fandom. I think they're already locked in with those fans that saw season 1.
Yeah.
They know that those fans for the most part are coming back.
Oh, yeah.
That loved it. So I think you're right. They're just trying to lean into getting a new audience altogether.
Right.
Honestly, they should have just used the Cantina song.
Remember this?
Hey, play that song again. Oh,
I think
okay.
the funny thing is that like everybody that was an Andor season 1 fan, which is most of the last remaining Star Wars fans in this universe,
The Last Bastion.
most of them at least acknowledge that Andor season 1 was an anomaly in a positive way.
Yep.
So we're like, all of those people have been ignoring everything that's been happening since Andor season 1, and they see the trailer for this. No matter what, like Matt said, they're going to click on this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then the music happens, and they're like, just mute and watch, because they want to see Cyril, Deidre. Well, we want to see Cyril, Deidre, Andor, Luthen,
Right. They
Mon
showed,
Mothma.
they showed them all.
I mean, it was a
Honestly-
beautiful thing if you take away the music, which is what I
Yeah.
instantly did
Yep.
and muted it. And I'm just like,
So
the
good.
scenery, the sets, it's just the same glory that was in season 1, if not leveled up.
Yeah.
leveled
and they
up,
didn't even
for
need
sure.
dialogue. It was like what 4 quick lines of dialogue and a little bit of screaming, which I love to play with.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
But,
if you guys haven't seen that yet, Dan did an epic video
it
of the
is
trailer.
great. It's way
without,
better than
without music.
I could
they actually
probably
do.
do
So
that
funny.
every week. It's so much fun to just delete what's there and to
should.
create your own thing.
You should. That'd be hilarious and awesome. It'd probably blow up.
You
That
should
channel would
do
probably
the
blow
do the
up.
Cantina song next. Then you should do an actual like serious one,
And then
like
it's-
the music they should have put in there.
Music they should have. Yeah, I thought about that. I actually had a song
Yeah.
there, but then I was like, but if I say without music, they're gonna be like,
you
you
put-
lied, just like
You could
Star Wars.
Just do.
You should just do
Andor season 2 trailer redo.
or Andor
Redo,
season
yeah.
trailer the right way.
yeah,
The right way.
without.
What
What
should
we
have
like
happened.
to call what
I
should,
wanted
yeah,
to
what
say-
should have happened.
Yeah.
I wanted to say without the annoying music in the
Yeah,
title.
yeah.
That's where I was going, but I was like, we get it. Some people, maybe that's not annoying music, but when you're looking at Andor, when you were looking at Skeleton Crew with the whatever music that they had, the kind of modern-y music,
Yeah.
it kind of fit because it was a little more fun.
Right.
So you could go with
Yeah,
that.
right.
Even though I didn't love it, you could go with it
For Skeleton Crew.
for Skeleton
Yeah.
Crew. But with Andor, this is like peak drama. I mean,
Drama.
Yeah,
and
that's
Star
kind of
Wars
the-
drama. It's not a comedy. It's not a lighthearted pump up your
This is like-
friends and
yeah.
let's this is going to be heavy. I think.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to be like
Heavy hitting.
spy thriller drama. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
yeah.
That's what Andor season 1
But
was.
they just started singing about a revolution.
Yeah, you're kind
Not so subtle hints.
of right. But I do see, other than the music, which we all basically agree was not the best
Yeah,
of
I
choices.
think most of the Gonkers do too.
I can look past it for the most part, just because
hear
we
past
are Andor.
I can look
fans.
past it with my ears.
But yeah, we can.
We're
We can
fandors.
listen past it. Well, and
Fandor.
watching your trailer was way better.
It was.
But I think we had some other comments in here leading to the next thing, which is the release schedule. So they're dropping 3 episodes per week. So they're doing a 3-episode arc each week. So yeah, Tamergan says, what do y'all think about the episode schedule?
How many episodes are there? Like
There's
12?
12
There's 12,
again.
yeah.
So that
Big.
means basically 4 weeks of movies,
yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, probably
it's
short
an
form
hour-
movies,
Short
right?
form movies.
Okay, so if you're dropping 3 episodes, why not just put them all into one? Make it a little movie.
Yeah, because I
Fast
think
break.
No, 'cause-
it's one per year.
Yeah, it's 1 year of time.
Oh!
So each 3-episode arc is
There's-
going to be 1 year of time leading up to basically the beginning of Rogue One.
I stand by my statement. Just make it a mini movie.
Just make it a mini.
Make it a
just make it a
12-hour
prequel to a
movie.
prequel to a prequel.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a brilliant move.
I do too.
because it is 4 movies,
Yeah.
while it actually could have been 4 movies because
Yep.
there's that kind of a quality.
Yeah.
As somebody said in the, I think it's
Matt just says right here.
Yeah, and somebody
Bring
said
'em
something about
on.
Ambor or whatever.
Yeah,
Like the
JG
people that are
did.
like Ambor. Like for me, this will delete a lot of that potential, right? Because you can just chug through 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to appeal to the Ambor crowd. Sorry, Bismo, by doing the entire arc at once.
Sorry, Bismo.
And that's it. It'll delete some of that complaint about the week to week. Well, this was kind of like
And the slow pacing.
Well, and
And then wow, we got to
honestly-
wait a week and nothing happened in this one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
It's like-
between weeks 3 and 4, then you're jumping a
Yeah,
year.
yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
whole thing, like a whole story, beginning,
Yeah.
middle, and end. I mean,
I think it's probably
that's what we want.
I think it's probably the best decision they've made for a Disney Plus release yet.
It's-
honestly.
especially for this situation.
Yeah, for this
Yeah.
one.
Sorry.
Mandalorian
And
worked because it
any-
was serialized episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So that still kind of worked. They were kind of self-contained with an
The
overarching.
1 episode per week thing it's old anyway.
It's getting old.
It needs to
It's
just
getting
die.
real old.
They need to start releasing more than 1 episode per week.
And the reason they do
Just
that though a
dump it,
lot of the
yeah.
time though is because they just want subscribers through multiple months.
Right.
Which I don't think that's working quite well.
It's not.
For Disney Plus. They have lost so many subscribers, but but Netflix, on the other hand, they have switched a few to weekly releases, I think. But Netflix,
Yeah.
for the most part, though, has done massive drops where you can just binge the whole thing, and you get so much
Sometimes,
buzz
yeah.
that way. That's the
Yeah.
thing about it.
The only
Instead of the
thing
slow
that's-
burn, you get like
yeah.
that big boom, and then it draws so many people to watch
The
it.
only thing that sucks about that is it's over so quick.
I know,
Yeah.
agreed. But 12 episodes, that's a lot. That's actually quite a bit of episodes.
It's huge, and you get 3 a week, so it's the best of
It's
both
going to be
worlds.
4 weeks.
Yeah, 4
It's a
weeks of it, yeah.
weekly. It's a weekly show, but it's a quality weekly show
Yeah.
because it's a movie every week. So it's like, what more do we want in our entertainment than to watch something that's like full of goodness, beginning, middle, and end with an arc. And to do that for weeks on end, like this just doesn't happen. I mean, it happens maybe on, high end, HBO Max, or maybe like the Japanese. What was the show you guys just watched? Samurai. What was it called? But even that one.
Oh, you're talking about some of the
one that you just watched on Hulu, but it was a
Dan to Dan.
No, it was a samurai.
Oh, I'm
live
sorry.
action.
Oh, the live action. Shogun.
Shogun, right? Where there was higher caliber
Yeah.
acting. It was a little bit slow paced, but a lot. Like every episode was like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, it was. Every episode was basically an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. This is when you ask people what kind of content do you want? Do you want 30 minutes of fluff like once a week? No. I'd rather watch the whole thing if it's 5 hours total. And
yeah.
So if you're like, well, what if we gave you an hour and a half full movie every week for like 4 weeks, like a whole month?
Like sign me up.
But then not only that, they all are sequential. So the final movie is going to be the entirety of 24 episodes, which is actually a show.
Yeah.
And then it also leads into Rogue One, which they say that it's going to add more to that movie or something,
Right, which I think it will. If done right, you can really add quite a bit to that, just knowing where that character is. I mean, even we read that book.
Yes, Catalyst, which I'm actually going to reread.
It was so good.
Seeing Krennic in there.
Yeah, which I would argue that Catalyst is almost better than Rogue One, or at least it adds a lot to it. But the genius move, again, even to your point about the weekly 3 episodes, is if there is a little bit of fluff in there, we can forgive it.
Nobody's going to care.
You can forgive it because you get 3 episodes. There might be a lull here and there, but it's probably going to be explaining a lot of stuff that's happening, or it's going to be some exposition that we need to get. But it's not like you're not going to get the action in each week.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be totally fresh the next week because a year has passed. So then
fresh.
it's a travel, time travel into the future. And then what's taking place in that amount of time? Right. What's happening now? You're going to want to know each week going into it. And I think we're going to get to the end of the 3rd episode of each week and be wanting so much more. We're going to be like, that's it. I want more.
How dare you? And I think what's interesting is that Disney Plus is willing, or whoever pulls the strings behind the scenes collects their big fat paycheck. They're actually like, well, it's only going to be 1 month's worth of subscribers. It's like, doesn't matter. You're going to get everybody to stay that entire month.
Yep.
Everybody that's been gone for the last year, watch their subscriber count go beep straight up to the moon in May or April. And maybe the way that they do it, it'll cross over, so they'll have to pay for 2 months.
Right.
Which is kind of punk move.
It will. They'll have to pay for April and
May, so that's...
and then,
good enough for their ledger, because clearly like people have just been dumping it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to get a nice little boost there going into the dry spell of summer. So from a business perspective, it's actually not the best for them. So but it's still going to yield better results because people are definitely going to join.
Well, the thing that's smart about it in some ways is this: they're releasing basically the first episode on the same time of Star Wars Celebration. So Celebration, there's going to be Andor popping, which people, if they advertise it right, which obviously I think they're already advertising quite well, other than music, but they're advertising quite well. They just got to get it out there to everybody, like put it in front of everybody's faces to get people eyes on it. They need to do a way better job for this than they did to a Skeleton Crew. I think Skeleton Crew was kind of a...
it was a skeleton marketing program.
It was a skeleton marketing, yeah.
It really was.
And they need to like just blow this one up, put it everywhere, and then it goes into straight into Star Wars Celebration, which we could possibly get the official announcement of KK retiring, plus possibly an announcement of who's going to be taking over, and who's taking over in Star Wars Celebration might lay out a vision for the future. So you're going to be getting Andor that people are pumped about. You're going to be gone with KK, in with the new, a brand new vision, hopefully. And
Visions?
Yeah, Visions as well. That's coming out. But then through that, also into May the 4th. So there's going to be
much rejoicing.
Yeah,
so there was much rejoicing.
But I think it's a good time frame that they're going to be trying, and it's going into summer. Kind of spring, summer. So you're getting a lot more hype there.
So we can yub nub on Andor all summer.
We can definitely yub nub on.
Oh my goodness! And then it'll lead into the next year. We'll have a nice dry spell, leading us into Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Unless they announce some other things, which I still think is possible.
You think they got things up their sleeve?
Cooking behind the scenes.
To launch this year?
possibly the end of this
Okay,
year.
yeah, I
There's
was
a
gonna say
big
not
hole.
fall.
There's a big hole that I think they might try and get something out in
Boba
December.
Fett season 2.
Oh no, please
Oh,
don't.
Acolyte season 2.
Oh, no, stop.
No, they already put the kibosh on
the
that.
Rey film.
The only, I don't think it's possible, but they could potentially have if they had bumped up the production of Ahsoka season 2. That's like one of the only ones that's in the works. I think
Can
they
you
might be able
bump
to
it
finish.
up?
On the
But
chat, I can't see what's going on.
but
Sorry.
yeah. So anyway,
Sorry.
yeah.
There we
But
go,
let's
yeah.
do some speculating about in the trailer. There's a lot of things that happened in the trailer. We're going to speculate on a few, and then we're going to have to jump on out of here. But
By the way, John Pope's here. Said, hey.
what's
he's
up,
talking.
John
Hey.
Pope?
I know. Good to see him again.
Yeah, good to see you
Right.
again, man. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Thank you, everybody. Gonkers for being here.
I think
We
we're going to have a
appreciate
lot
you
of
guys.
fun people to talk to in March and April, just like we have tonight. But I think a lot more people will be
They're going
returning.
to be coming back.
The curiosity is growing.
Yes.
Yep.
And all you deniers, keep on denying. But
Andor
Andor's
season
the
2.
best thing that's happened on Disney Plus
looking at
Star
you,
Wars in,
Biz.
I don't know, 5 years. Since Mandalorian season 1, it's the best thing that happened. And Luke at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
But as a complete series,
I mean, it's not without its flaws. It does have a few flaws.
it's the best of anything
It
on
has
Disney Plus
the
since
least
season 1.
amount
It's,
of
I'm not
flaws.
saying it's perfect. It's
No, yeah.
it's the best thing on Disney Plus, period, for Star Wars.
Yep.
Other Mando.
Other than Mando
Like
season
season
1,
one.
because that was so cool and crisp.
Oh, man.
And
Season
fun.
2, though. I
Season
wish I
2 was
could
meh,
too.
but the ending was amazing.
I
with
wish I
Luke.
could forget it and go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
Season 1.
Season 1,
Dude.
yes.
'Cause it was
for
great.
Sure. It was absolutely
Are we gonna
fantastic.
rewatch Andor or no?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Why
Andor?
not?
That's what we're planning.
And we're gonna are we gonna read Catalyst out loud to all the friends?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Don't
In
promise
Huttese?
too much.
We'll do a marathon.
We're gonna do a marathon.
48-hour read along.
Basically, we're not gonna have lives outside of this until Andor comes out.
Wow. And
It's
we haven't
worth
even
it.
talked about the trailer yet.
Yeah, well, we have been, but
Wow.
yeah.
Scene
Let's
for scene.
let's do
scene for scene. Yeah, we're
Shot
gonna
for
scene for
shot.
shot. We should just do a reaction,
a live reaction.
like right now. Like pretend we're watching it and just like react.
I love this song.
what is that music?
What kind of music was
What
that?
is this?
What is this?
Cyril,
That doesn't make any sense. Where'd all the sense go?
Classic.
But
But
that reference.
yeah, that's a deep cut. I don't know.
is.
if many
was there
people know
anything new in the trailer that
There-
we missed that
So-
like was brand new?
Honestly, when I saw the trailer, I didn't think they were going to put Cyril in there. I was like, "Where's Cyril?"
Oh, man.
And it was like 2/3 of the way through, and
They saved him.
finally
Yeah, they're burying
he
the
was
lead.
running up. I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, they got to have the
goodness.
opening act. You know, Andor is the opening act in his own show.
Well, I think because they're leaning into Andor for the fact that they're tying it into Rogue One.
Rouge One.
And at the end
Rouge One, yes.
of Andor season 1, which I think is going to play so much better in season 2. Spoilers if you haven't seen Andor season 1. He finally joins the rebellion. And I
What?
think
What?
that's why season 2 is going to be so much better because
Yeah.
we're going to get so much more just like rebellion, beginning of
Yeah.
the rebellion type.
Oh, he's a
Yeah,
rebel.
yeah.
He
But-
rebels.
The other, oh my gosh, that was probably one of the worst things about Rogue One.
I
for me.
rebel.
Oh, but she never actually said it in the movie.
I know, isn't that?
It was in the trailer.
It was just
hilarious.
the trailer.
Yeah.
They knew it was so
They knew-
bad.
they
They're
knew
like,
the
"We gotta take
backlash was
that
there.
out."
They're like, "Ooh."
They're like, this is a great line for a
Re-
trailer, but not good for the movie.
Oh my god.
But no, there's some interesting things there, and I know everybody here will like this. There's a big potential that we might get some live action Rebels for the fact that one of the moments in this trailer could possibly tie into when the Rebels crew had to take Mon Mothma, because there's the I knew I was gonna forget the name of it. There's the it happens in Rebels, and they talk about it, and it's what actually leads Mon Mothma to
Yeah.
join the rebellion 100%. It's the devastation or the something of Gala or something like that. I forget the name, but they might actually show
High
that,
Avenger.
and that might So that
Life
was interesting.
Day?
There's a ton. No, it's not necessarily Life Day, but it's an
Was it
event.
Life Day though? Was that a Life Day celebration that he was bombing out?
I think I do actually think
Really?
that was a Life Day. No, not Life Day. I think it was an Empire Day.
Empire Day.
Yeah, Empire Day
Empire.
that they were bombing out. So there's that. But the cool thing is we might get a live action Rebels in this. We might get live action Kanan. We might, because we've seen all of them live action except for Kanan at this point.
Right.
The only tricky thing is ages and
Well, we need young Ezra.
Yeah,
so that
young
means
Ezra.
they have to recast.
potentially, or they could just age him down.
Maybe he could act better
know.
if he's younger.
I don't know. They might act like the rebels should act.
Well, one thing's for darn sure, the writing's going to be good.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
The
The
writing and the dialogue.
dialogue.
I just want to hear any of those characters talk with this dialogue. Anybody.
Right.
Kanan, the guy that was the governor of Lothal, but
Yeah.
like the good guy that was Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs.
You know?
Do you how do?
I like
how do you-
crabs, like
Yeah.
lobsters, you know.
Yeah, fact checker.
Yeah, Matt Risman in the chat called it. It was the Gorman Massacre.
The Gorman Massacre, and I think that's part of what we're seeing in
That
the
makes
trailer
sense.
is the Gorman
Yeah.
Massacre.
'Cause
Is it happening
was
at the same... Oh, go ahead.
peaceful protesters on the planet Gorman.
Yeah, so
Is it happening at the same time as the wedding feast?
possibly?
So it's like bouncing, like she's dancing and finally letting go, and all at the exact same
Yeah,
time,
it
a
could be.
massacre is happening.
Yeah.
Is that what they're juxtaposing?
Because you never hear about her kid or her husband
After that.
after that. Not that there's a lot on her after that, other than she's the leader of.
Did
the,
they get
Well, she would have to be
massacred?
because it was an incursion that happened in front of her, and they're looking at her.
Yeah, there's lore there, and I'm not as familiar with the lore, and I'll have to.
Was that
check it out.
a thing done by the rebels to
So-
create a spark that would light the rebellion or whatever?
That is a potential. I've seen that rumor been thrown around that Andor might have been involved with that happening, or
Luthen.
no,
Mon Mothma herself.
no. I'm trying to. Well, Luthen, I think yes, but also
Saw
or
Gerrera.
It could be Saw Gerrera.
It's
Saw
probably
Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera.
Well, and there's this. So I have a theory that scene that we see a rebel dead in that looked like that rebel, and there's
Yeah.
the X-wings are taken off.
Uh-huh.
I think Saw fought. I think Saw actually came in and fought the rebels and killed some rebels at that point, and that's him leaving.
Yeah.
and they like massacred a place, and like I don't know, because there's definitely infighting
Yeah.
between the rebellion and Saw Gerrera.
yeah.
So I think they're going to play into that, and that's going
Because
to
the
be
rebellion's not as, fanatical as Saw is.
No, and he's very fanatical.
Yeah.
How cool to see Forrest Whitaker back in
I
that
know,
role.
right?
I'm so pumped
It's
to see him.
It's great. It's
Dude,
good stuff.
did you read the comment John Pope just said?
No,
Or
I
can we
missed
throw
it.
that up on the screen?
Blech.
Maybe and maybe not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zach.
No, no worries.
She's
You're
not
good.
No,
doing
right now.
anything. She's doing everything. No,
Do it now.
I'll wait because it's so funny that.
John Pope.
Yeah, it was just so funny that it fits.
It fits
the
so well.
mood.
You read it, Dan.
The mythosaur is going to kick down the door screaming, "Marriage!" LOL.
Marriage.
At Mon Mothma's daughter.
Oh.
What's her name?
That's a short right there.
I
That is
know.
a
Bring it
short.
on. Marriage!
Marriage.
We just need a.
I don't remember her daughter's name. She
I don't
doesn't
know. Mon
She's
Mothma's.
a punk.
was kinda
Was she
bratty.
kind of whiny? Was she listening to her aunt?
Yeah.
Her aunt was kind of a
Yeah.
twisted.
Interesting
Sister.
character.
Twisted Sister.
That's the next trailer is gonna have Twisted Sister in it.
We're not
I'm gonna take it.
That would have actually worked.
I would have liked that.
That's what I'm
That would've
saying.
been great, yeah.
At least we go back.
If they do that for the next trailer.
Oh man,
Dan, there's another song you got to put in there.
All right, we'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll just do
We're
like 30
not
versions.
gonna
The
take
crazy
it.
part is that like I love how you can take exact imagery that they spent millions filming on YouTube and just put it back out there as if it were your own.
Yeah,
But
that's-
if you have 1 second of the actual audio,
Oh,
they're going
right.
like, "You're down,
You're
copyright,
down. Done.
Like what? Like the song's worth like $12 because musicians make $0.
Right.
But like the millions and millions of dollars of beautiful scenery that you shot with all these famous actors, like I can just spit it back out. And they have no issues because the short that I did, I had like a little bit of a song,
Right.
the one, and they were like, "Oh, you can't hear that."
Sing it with me now.
So we'll do Twisted,
Yup,
Twisted
yup,
Sister.
Yup, no.
Yeah,
After this, the modal notes.
you can use them in shorts, but not longer than 60 seconds. I learned.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
crazy.
that is weird.
What's going on?
I don't get it. All the rules. But we do have a super chat here from Hunter Davis stating, "This piece of peach pie I'm eating tastes like 3-year-old Elmer's glue." Thank you for the
Wow.
super chat. We'll take it. You can say basically whatever you want
Been
as
there,
long as it's
done
family
that.
friendly, and that works.
But you're still eating it because it's in front of you,
He
right?
probably made it. That's why.
I mean,
Oh, are you bashing your own Elmer's peach pie?
Elmer's Peach Pie.
Is that a brand of peach pie that we don't know about?
My
You can get it at the
brand.
store?
My brand.
Oh
Look
my
with your
goodness.
special eyes.
Yeah.
Well,
in a way, Hunter is the sticky glue that keeps us all
He
together.
is.
He is the sticky glue.
He's probably like laughing so hard he's choking on it. He's probably
Or crying.
Oh man.
No, he doesn't cry. He's a real man.
right.
Yeah, real
Real
men.
men cry. Come on.
Real men have emotions.
Yeah, they can.
Emotions.
Emotional
Stared.
damage.
Data. Yeah, it's like,
Real men have emotion.
Yeah. Speaking of emotions, there were a lot that happened in this trailer,
No,
and
there wasn't.
there was not.
It
Well, there was a
just
lot of
like-
screaming.
It was just like, please mute it.
Yeah.
No.
And it's funny. The first time I watched the trailer, I didn't have sound, so I was like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty cool." And then I
Oh,
listened to
really?
it. I listened to it, and I'm like, "Oh no,
It took you out.
what is this song?"
Yeah.
I was like, I just threw up a little for having listened to this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
bad.
man.
I was like, "Dude, this doesn't match at all."
Right. I
That
know
was
it-
my emotion
That was your emotion. Yeah. So it
The
was better the
vomit
first
coming up
without the lyrics.
from my stomach. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But the scenery was awesome.
It did look
Yeah,
good.
it
So
did
that's
make
why-
up-
Especially
yeah.
It didn't make
The-
up for that garbage song.
No,
though.
the smirk at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, boom, I'm
Yeah,
watching
the
this.
Andor smirk.
That was cool.
I don't know if he's ever
Yeah.
done that.
No,
No, I don't think we've
Because he's
seen
never
much
been
of that.
happy enough to
it was
smirk.
like smolder, basically.
He was kind of a smolder
Yeah.
move. And even you added to it in the
Yeah, that was funny.
No, but he's naturally the funny thing about Diego Luna is that he is naturally a like charismatic dude, like a
Yeah.
very like charming individual, and it's funny that they put him in this role
I know.
where he's like this super tough, serious guy, and it was nice to see some of his personality and something come through with that smirk at the
Yeah.
end. I did really like that. It added a different flavor, like to everybody who saw the first one and we're like, oh, Andor is so boring. There's not as much character, nice things or whatever. It was like they gave that little smirk at the end,
Yeah.
like, we're going to give you something here.
Like they did the entire song just for that smirk.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind the guitar, but like
They at
play
least,
some Spanish guitar.
they
or
at least
something.
timed out the explosion, though, with the song.
Yeah, the
that was
rebellion starts
Yeah, they tried.
now.
which was
That was
it
cool.
Also harkens back to the no look explosion goes back to The Dark Knight. And if
Yeah.
you're going to copy
That's
The
true.
Dark
That's
Knight,
Yeah.
you know what? That's one of the best to copy. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well, and so Andor there at the end, it looked like he was at the wedding or some kind of regal event.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
not usually where we see him.
I know. So that already makes me curious. Is he there because
I
of
think-
Luthen?
I
Are
don't
they
know.
all there
I
converging
think
right
all
at the
of that
beginning?
is from the first 3 episodes.
It has to
I
be.
think so.
It
Yeah,
has
I
to
think
be.
a lot of
Yeah.
that is. I think
The
they're
first movie,
keeping a
so I
lot
think
of
you're
that
right.
close to the chest.
Yeah, I bet
What if they
somebody's
did a
pieced it together.
trailer for each
Oh, that'd be
episode
incredible.
dump?
That'd
So
be
like
incredible.
we get the first one. This is just the first 3 episodes, and then after that, like a couple days later, we get another trailer for the next
You
3.
could.
That'd
You-
be so
you
cool. That'd be fun.
absolutely
And
could.
Twisted Sister better be one of those songs.
Gonna
Gonna take it. That's such a rebel song right
I
there.
know.
That would have been so much more fun. What
Yeah,
the
Matt
heck?
Risen said Krennic had a good smirk too. He did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's
like seeing
interesting.
Krennic back. He's
Yeah,
he's a really good actor. And
What's his name?
Rogue One.
Rogue One. Oh,
What's his-
Krennic.
what's
Oh,
his name?
shoot. I just had it and I just lost it. I
Yeah.
knew you were going to ask me that.
What's his name?
His name is Krennic.
No, it's
Ben Mendelsohn.
yes, Ben
Ben
Mendelsohn.
Mendelsohn.
Mendelssohn.
Men Benson.
Mend.
Yeah, he won't.
He
we
bends.
know.
Bend.
We know at this point he will not choke on his aspirations.
I was just thinking that.
He'll be just fine, you know.
choke
But he's still living in
the best
Happy
dad
Land
jokes.
because he's got probably Galen Erso already at some
Yeah.
pretty close to it. Yeah, he
think-
does. He does.
At this
they're
point, he
building
does.
the Death
Yep.
Star.
Do you
and-
think he's gonna be in it?
Galen Erso?
Galen
I
Erso.
think so.
I
I
hope
think
so.
we're gonna
That
get
would
Galen.
be
I think we're
neat.
gonna get young Jen.
Do you think young
Jen?
Jen? I don't know if we'll get her.
Erso.
At all?
I don't think we're going to
Maybe
see
not.
her.
Maybe she'll just
Maybe
be
a
Rogue One.
mention of her.
I think
a
she-
mention.
Well, at this
Yeah,
point,
maybe.
though.
Well, Saw's
but-
with her.
But she's.
Or she's with Saw.
Yeah,
She is with
that's
Saw,
true. She,
yeah.
She should be,
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about
unless
that.
she's in
Felicity-
jail already.
Felicity Jones.
But how long had she been in jail when we found her in
I
Rogue
don't
One?
know. There's a lot of questions.
But maybe I want to see Lyra. No, Lyra's already gone too. The wife.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was long ago.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll get a flashback.
Long.
Maybe the something is something.
Something is something.
Maybe we'll get some.
You heard it here
flashbacks.
first.
Because we had
first,
flashbacks with Andor. All I want to know is what happened to Andor's sister.
They are. I don't even know if they're.
I
The
don't
forgotten storyline.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was. She's gone.
Yeah, it was a
And
proof
that
of
was it.
concept, and it was just trying to get him from point A to point B, basically.
Yeah, I think so.
No, she's already estranged from Saw at that point.
Okay.
Oh,
About-
is
yeah.
Tarkin going to be in it?
I hope so.
He's the one who ended the
Probably.
Gorman massacre by landing a starship on top of the protesters.
Yep.
Ouch.
Oh, he is.
By the way,
Oh,
in Rebels.
snap.
BTW.
I did not know that. I hope he's in it. I think that'd be
Spoiler.
awesome
Just kidding.
if he's
Oh,
in it.
wow.
I think we might get him. I don't know. We might be hyping it up more than it's actually going to happen, but
Right.
I think we might get him. There was someone else.
Do you
I was
think
just
Max
thinking about.
Rebo's going to be here?
I hope so, or at least a young Max Rebo.
young Max
It would be a young Max Rebo.
Neil.
Neil shows up.
I just think
Neil
the
would be
fact
alive.
that we're in this time frame, which everybody I know is tired of or whatever, or they act like they're tired of, we need to get away from this time frame.
Not if it's done right.
If it's done right, there's so many connecting pieces that you could play with. It's the Star Wars sandbox, and KG said, would they be allowed to include Tarkin with the lawsuit going
Ooh,
on?
that's actually a
Yeah,
good point.
Probably not then.
They could mention. They could mention him, and they
Oh,
could
okay.
say that the orders came from him. So there's ways to include him without like directly showing him.
Could they
and
use
we
the-
might get more
Or
of
his
that.
audio or
the
Or
back of
yeah.
the CG head.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Who knows? But the other thing is with bringing in Krennic, I think another super interesting point to this is with that TIE Defender thing that we saw.
Defendor.
Who was in charge of the TIE Defenders?
Thrawn.
Admiral Thrawn, baby. We might be getting
Well, at
Thrawn
this point,
live
he's-
action again, but as long as
He's vice. Is he vice admiral at this point?
I don't think he hasn't
He's not
made it.
Grand
No, he's
Admiral
not a
yet.
Grand Admiral. He's working on the TIE. He
might not even-
which is right
is he
around the
even
Rebels time. So
Yeah.
and then the thing about Krennic and Thrawn is they're vying for
Yeah.
funds.
Yeah, that's true.
So and this is right in that time frame.
Maybe the skeleton crew planet is actually active right now, and they've got all that cash being
Yeah.
generated for the rebellion.
Cash money. It's
We're
all
gonna
coming
tie
together.
everything
No,
together. That's
well,
ever
then
been
the
on Disney
Mandalorian
Plus.
shows up.
The Skeleton Crew takes place 5 years after Episode 6.
I know.
Good try.
But what's his name still alive? He was a youngin.
Oh, are you saying? Oh, young Jod.
The planet, the parents were, they've been
That's
making money. They've been
Nanawood.
cooking on that planet, and that
you
know.
could have a young Jod there.
I'm
That's
totally
true.
making it up.
But
yeah.
I'd say what if is that one planet? It kind of looked like Lothal. A lot of people
That's what I'm
are
saying.
wondering that it is that Lothal that they're on.
Well, you'll have to judge the sound of the hay on Lothal. I feel like it was pretty similar. Once you took the music away, I was like, "That's
you
Lothal."
could tell.
The way
Right.
that explosion happened,
Yep.
just made sense.
it looked
It
very
just made sense.
Lothalian.
Lothalians.
I like seeing the ship work again because that was one of the things that was epic in Andor season 1
Yeah.
was that ship flying into the star and that was such a cinematic sequence. I love the look of it.
Pure
so
cinema.
cool, and I am glad that they're bringing
Practically
that back.
sinful.
And that it's in the cockpit looked awesome, and they were showing close-ups of him firing the rockets and that whole sequence again. I think that possibly might be on Lothal because they show him early on blowing up that transport, and it's on that same planet, so it might
Yeah.
be Lothal. I know a lot of people are saying online that it might be Dantooine.
Everybody
KG,
wants Dantooine. I know, me too.
and it might be.
but we really need Lothal.
Lothal.
I think it would be a
Lothal
great
for
tie-in.
all.
I think that would actually be a great tie-in.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
got-
I was just saying that Filoni. I don't necessarily want to be.
All
in
right, well, we
charge.
got Young Easy on the planet. Maybe Kanan will show up.
I think that.
When I
would
say
be
Young
awesome.
Easy, I mean Ezra.
Yeah,
Young Easy.
wondering.
I'm like, is there a rapper? in
He's a
Star
rapper
Wars?
right
You mean
now.
Young Jabba?
Young Jabba.
Yes, it's Young Jabba.
yeah,
Jabba
You're
the
a,
Hutt.
you're a very important person, or what did he say?
yeah. You're a
You're a wonderful human being.
Wonderful human being. No.
But yeah, there was a lot of sequences that happened very quickly, so it's hard to kind of break anything down to really get. So we're just kind of speculating as to
And
what
we
might
could
have-
be completely wrong.
Yeah. So other speculation. Do you think Luthen's making it out alive?
No. He's
Okay.
going to die by the end of it.
Yeah.
Luthen Rail, because we never see him again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he goes into the world between worlds with Filoni and everybody.
Oh wow! Somehow Luthen returns.
I think
He
he's
returns
got
in Ahsoka.
clones going in the
Luthen is
background.
Snoke. That's who Luthen is.
Snoke.
There
No,
we
he
go.
becomes the pirate that died trying to get to
The money.
at Atten.
Yeah.
Oh, he did need money.
He did need money. And he had all the collectibles, so he could have pretended to be anybody, put one of those masks on.
He was a pirate.
He could be
at a point.
12,000 years old.
Yeah.
He might be
Holy
Baby
cow.
Yoda in a mask.
Yeah. A lot of people could be.
How far can I take this?
Heroic
no,
sacrifice.
Luthen is dead.
Yeah, I think
that's-
Luthen
he goes
is gone.
out
heroic
with a
sacrifice.
heroic
I
sacrifice.
agree.
Yeah,
Or
give me,
He's not going to see that
gets killed like a
sunrise.
punk.
give me
One
another.
of the two.
Ooh, I hope not, man.
Well,
He
as
deserves
long as we get an
something
epic
good.
monologue,
Yeah.
one more epic monologue from Luthen.
That's how he's
Sure.
gonna die. Actually, it's gonna be right in the middle of it.
Ooh.
He's gonna be like, "Oh man, this is peak," and he's gonna get like sniped.
I hope not, man. He was the best part.
Yeah.
Personally, he was the best part of season 1 for me.
Yeah.
His acting alone, the way he carried himself,
Yeah.
the different personifications he put on, and that monologue alone.
Yeah.
Well, 2 monologues. He had one when he was saying the sunrise, he gave up everything. That was so epic. And then also when he was talking to Saw Gerrera, that was so epic as well. I love just watching both
The
of those
tension.
scenes. The tension was
You could-
amazing. It was chef's kiss. That was
Chef's
expert
kiss.
level Star Wars, in my opinion. Different. It's not doesn't have that same kind of PG-13 feel to it, and I think that's why a lot of people push back on Andor. Is because it doesn't have that kind of like whimsical, kind of more like Skeleton Crew style or
Yeah.
Mandalorian. This one's a lot more serious, and it
Right.
takes itself seriously, and that's kind of the interesting thing about it. It
It's-
doesn't play
Yeah.
to the hero, the hero's journey in some ways with like a lot of levity.
Well, and we know where it's gonna end too.
Yeah, which is a challenge. And
Challenge.
it's to keep the story interesting because you
Yep.
do know how it's going to end. So the real weight and why they bring in so many other characters is that's where the weight of the show comes in because we don't know what happens to them. We know what happens to Andor. We don't know what happens to Luthen. We don't know what happens to Bix.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of these other characters.
Yeah, I'm thinking Bix dies too.
I think possibly, yeah, because I think she would have been around.
Well, and we also have to find K2.
Yeah, they showed him.
Yeah,
they
they
showed
did.
K2.
That was pretty cool to
I'm
show
excited
K2.
about
I was
like,
K2.
ooh.
We get more
There he
K2.
is.
That's
And
exciting.
Alan Tudyk.
That will be the levity.
Yep.
I mean, let's be
That's
honest.
it.
That's going to be the levity
That's
of the
going
show.
to bring Star Wars.
And that's going to make it feel so much more Star
We
Wars.
saw alien dogs. I know people complain
With
there weren't
massive
enough
dogs.
aliens. There were little alien dogs.
Yep.
They were
I'm
alien
sure
dogs.
there's more aliens walking around somewhere. They're just
Somewhere.
all
We gotta
sick.
find them.
I'm sure there's crap where we're going.
I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know.
And
I
that
think
reference.
what level of I think John Pope was saying something about PG
Yeah.
and maybe wanting something more adult.
Yeah, he
But
liked.
this show is as close to like PG-13 R as like Star Wars has gotten
Yeah.
in like heaviness, intensity
Yeah,
with
for
the
sure.
torture scene and blah 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 blah.
yeah.
And the violence.
This was definitely as close as we got to an
It's
R-rated
like a
Star Wars.
It's dark.
show.
The thing
It doesn't
I
need
think
to be
Major Andor was
R-rated, though.
R. Yeah, a
Right.
major drawback to modern day Star Wars is the fact that they keep it to PG. It's frustrating. I mean, you're not wrong because if we did like a Band of Brothers style Clone Wars, I wouldn't want them to necessarily go like PG.
No.
It'd have to be PG-13.
At least 13, right? But nowadays PG-13, I feel like they can go like it's like
You can
yesterday's
get away
R.
with a lot.
Today's PG-13 is yesterday's R. Tomorrow's PG-13 is going to be
The only,
PG.
So the only reason
PG.
I wouldn't mind them going to R is just for the violence.
Yeah.
That sounds
Honestly,
terrible.
That's pretty
but-
much what.
But like
it
if you're
would be,
going,
difference,
though.
yeah.
if you're going for Star Wars in the title, like you can't really do
Right.
Band of Brothers like you were saying, or you
Right.
can't really do Saving Private Ryan
Oh, you
without
can.
making it
Right.
R. I mean, you can, but it's not
It's
gonna have
hard.
that same
Yeah.
weight to it. I mean, because that's
Oh.
just the realism that happened.
The
And for
difference
the
is-
audience to understand how terrible war is,
Yep.
they had to go there.
I mean,
had
they
to
went
show
R
it.
in Ahsoka. It just wasn't red juice. It was like green juice with those like. Remember they were slashing
Yeah.
up all those things. It was like
yeah,
heads
yeah.
rolling and blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
you're right. It was the green smoke.
But
And
because
I
it's-
think that's how they skirt
Stupid
around
green
it
smoke.
too.
yeah
Yeah.
Getting
They
the R rating because
Yes.
it's like, oh, it's not red. It's not red
Right.
blood. It's green blood.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
not
so
Kool-Aid.
as-
Well, and they're like zombies.
It's
so
not as shocking. I
So it's
guess.
also this whole zombie side of
Yeah.
thing, and they're not. It's not gore. So that's the thing you got to watch out for. But at the same time, would you show your kids Andor season 1? What
Not-
age?
not-
what age
No,
cut off?
yeah.
I'm getting close to my 13, almost 14-year-old, but I'm pretty conservative. So
Yeah.
I think there's certain things in there that they would get, and he's probably fine. He's probably fine now.
He could probably
But-
do it.
Yeah. But
No,
it's
I'd say
it's
so.
heavy though. I'm saying like you're one step away.
Yeah, it's
at
heavy.
this
It's,
point.
it's not as fun of a Star Wars experience.
Right.
Like you're gonna get more of like, this is what life is like in the Star Wars universe, son.
Right.
You're gonna
Yeah.
you're
And
gonna
then you
get
punch him in the face.
it. You know,
You gotta learn someday.
coming from like the Mandalorian serialized 40-minute like in out bang shoot 'em up
Yeah.
hey kid, kind of ends with the Grogu. There's no hey kid at the end of this one. It's like
There isn't. There's like, you
like-
better get up or you're going to die.
yeah, it's like
The-
we're not gonna make it.
It's more of a spy thriller war, the dirty parts of war type
Yeah.
action. Like this is the behind the scenes stuff.
Wasn't Captain America not Civil
Yeah,
War, Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier was a lot more like
Kinda like
this.
that?
I think that's what kind of what they're going for.
Because there was levity in that, despite the heaviness, right? Or
Yeah.
not really.
But overall, the tone was more so.
It was
like,
super serious.
Yeah, it was a serious tone. There's
Was
a
it?
lot of crazy things happening. Like the world's collapsing underneath of them.
Well, yeah, espionage. Now you got,
Espionage,
saboteurs. You got. I don't know if Andor's still somebody worth rooting for. I mean, by the end,
Right.
because he joined the rebellion, but the whole first
But at the
series
at
season,
the same time,
he was like, dude, this guy's he's in the back seat. He deserves to be in that prison, actually, because he's kind of a loser.
yeah.
He kind of left everybody high and dry, and his mom didn't make it, and he returned, but it's just kind of heavy. He kind of let everybody down
Yeah, I know.
in that first season. So now I guess he's the hero.
And we're getting into it though. That's what I'm so excited for season 2 is like we're getting into it. All right, another question. We're gonna have to jump out of here soon. We've already got a little long, but do you think we're gonna see? Oh shoot, I lost his name from the prison sequence.
Kino
No,
Loy.
I
Kino
think
Loy.
you're gonna see Kino Loy. I want to see.
You mean
Kino Loy.
Snoke? I mean, you mean
Yeah.
Gollum? I mean, you mean
Yes, all of the above.
Claw?
Mr. Claw. Yes, from Marvel. Yeah.
I made it rain.
Yeah, I hope we see him. What do you guys think? Over under? What do you think? What's your percentage? You think he's going to show up?
I don't think he's going to show up.
There's a 90% chance I want him to be there, but there's a 10% chance he shows up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of agree.
Makes
Unfortunately, I think he
Yeah.
could have a fun cameo though. That they might
And
use
maybe
him for
they
something
talk
later.
about him and how he actually
Oh, what if he
escaped,
Ooh.
but he drowned.
Oh, that would be worse, dude.
be
no,
rough.
please.
No. If he escaped and somehow through some twist of fate,
Dude.
a space whale picked him up and took him to some planet, and he created this empire, or he's like,
Well, no,
Is he where Ezra was?
no.
maybe.
The world
wouldn't-
between worlds.
Wouldn't he make? Wouldn't he make the best Rebels logistics commander?
yeah, he would.
He would be the best
Yeah.
logistics commander for the rebels. That would be an awesome
It would
sequence to see.
be-
And he has reason to hate the Empire.
Yes, he does.
He has reason, and to join the rebels because of Andor. That would be so. I don't know. That'd be exciting for me and satisfying to see him dealing with all the logistics because that was his role, and I'd love to see that. So.
I just remember that scene on this prison sequence where they're walking down the hall after that guy died, and he's
Yeah.
he says the number of guards that are out there.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
And you're
man.
like, ooh!
You
the
turned.
prison
You
break.
finally.
Well, because
came-
they're talking about they
Doggy
release
paddle.
prisons, but then release prisoners, but then put them back in the prison.
right.
And then he has that sudden realization of, I'm never making it out of here.
And that was the last hope he had of living and doing a good job there.
Well, how long
It
did
broke
he
him.
have? Did he say?
I think he only had
8
a few
weeks
hundred
or-
days or
Yeah,
something.
it wasn't very
Yeah.
many. I thought it was 40 something.
Yeah.
He just wanted to stay the course, and that's why he was ignoring Andor so hard.
Yeah, because he thought he was making
He's like,
it out.
just be quiet. When he told Andor, he's like, leave me alone. I'm almost out of here. I don't
Yeah.
care what happens to you guys. I've been here for
this long.
since before this beard was gray.
Right.
Right. Right. All right, cool. Well, any other last thoughts on the trailer before we jump out of here, guys? Anything else that really stood out to you?
Everything stood out to me.
There's
it's an
a lot.
amazing show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worthy of a
It's
breakdown.
going to be
but-
good.
It looks like a level up. It looks like a level up as long as the music is.
Yeah, it's not.
Better.
I hope they don't put that song in any of the episodes. I really do.
Don't lean
I'll
into
be
that.
like, oh,
He's
no.
he's playing it in the cockpit while flying
Yeah.
the thing.
He's like, the revolution starts.
No, it doesn't need that.
No,
I think
100%
I think they
does not.
know that it doesn't need that. But I fully trust and I feel like the interviews that Diego Luna is going to do and
It's gonna be.
and the guys on the show
Alan Tudyk.
they were
Yeah.
shocked when it became such a hit the first time, but at the same time all of the actors when they read the script were like,
Yeah.
we have to be in this.
That's what sold them.
because all they do as actors is read scripts and they're like,
Yeah.
my character kind of has some crappy lines. I don't want to be seen saying that.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
saw this one and they're like, yes,
We got to do it.
That's
yes,
where-
I'm in.
That's why you got the talent that you did.
Yeah.
good
Skarsgård.
grief.
That's why you got Gollum. That's why you got the amount of what's his name coming back for
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, Mads. I mean, all these people are coming in because they are excited because they wrote such good material.
Vader.
There's a possibility Vader could show up, or I hope the Emperor shows up.
Leia.
Oh, the Emperor.
There's
would
a
be
young,
interesting.
potentially young Leia in this. Yes, they could. If they're smart, they could even possibly set up the
Thrawn trilogy.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
that's what Dustin wants.
No, I'm not.
Uncle Owen?
I don't think they're
Aunt
gonna,
Beru?
I don't think they're going to do young. Yeah, I mean, no, but they could
Before
even.
they got crispy.
They could even put in like a younger style of the characters that might be the replacements for the original trilogy characters. You know, if they do the Thrawn trilogy,
Yep.
and
Actually,
they put in
yeah.
some of the younger actors that
Han,
might be
Luke.
recast.
Brilliant.
I mean, it's what people want to see too. That's the
It
thing.
is.
Give
It
the
really
people
is.
what
The
they want.
Yeah, the director or the creative that puts Han, Luke, and Leia back together, live action, in any Star Wars wins. I honestly, at this point,
Yeah.
and does a good job paying homage to them and making it
Yeah.
fun and like feel like
Homage.
Star Wars. They win. So
You know, I think it's some growing pains, but Hunter says, hope it's CGI Leia
Oh.
simply for a knick-knock
Oh,
rant.
Knock
you'll
rant.
get a rant too. I'll be
yeah.
like, did you see her face?
Dude, a young Luke on Tatooine, he's
Yeah.
like running out
Yeah.
after Uncle Owen, and
Yeah.
it's all CGI.
Uncle Owen.
Uncle Owen.
it's Mark Hamill's face is like an
Right.
8-year-old.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
No, at this point he'd be like what, 16?
He'd be like
15?
14 or
I don't
13
know.
or 14.
Well, I mean, we're jumping years, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be different.
yeah,
jumping
he'll be
years.
12, then 13, then 14, then 15.
Nailed it. But
What comes after that?
7.
Whoa.
Wow.
He went backwards.
I think this trailer though did look good overall. The music I think
did.
was probably the worst part about it.
Just watch
And
it on silent
the only-
or look at Dan's trailer.
The
that he
only
made.
other con, yeah, that's the way to go.
Yep.
The only other potential con is that dance sequence with the wedding.
Yeah.
That's if they don't play that right, it could get cheesy real fast. But it looked pretty good, honestly, for the trailer. I'm not gonna knock it until I see it. But
Right.
Are knick-knock,
Oh.
are they some kind of a...
I can't even read
Are
that.
they some kind of a like race or creed or something where they would do some kind of ritualistic dance for the wedding?
Well,
or-
I think that's on. Isn't she from Chandrilla?
Yeah, what does
so
that
I think
mean?
that's on Chandrilla. It's
Chandrilla.
probably some sort
probably
of
some
like wedding
royal-
dance.
yeah.
Some sort of like royal wedding.
Yeah, I
dance.
mean, at least it's a
is
Star
fine.
Wars version of like every like rom-com wedding dance sequence where they all dance down the aisle and they do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think it's just a.
it's just a
I
ceremonial.
honestly am thinking more and more that it will be bombed out.
I think so too. Actually,
I think it's
well,
actually.
Krennic.
Yeah.
Well, they also show Krennic there.
Yeah.
I think it's
Is he
Krennic's-
there?
I
Got to
think
be attacked or something.
there's a Krennic sequence, and that might be why Andor's there as well.
This is nuts.
There's a lot
This is
going
getting
on.
Nuts.
And you just had Matt Risman's comment up there about will Bail Organa show up? If so, I hope he has his communicator under control and doesn't send any stray Kenobi messages. Yeah, seriously. Oh, don't.
Could
bring
we
up-
see Kenobi?
Don't
Could we
bring
see
up
Reva?
Kenobi. Oh my goodness, I will throw up. But
Could we
yeah,
see Darth Maul?
You know,
They're
at this
all
point,
out there.
Oh my
The thing
gosh.
is, they're all
Could you
out there.
imagine if they pulled a Darth Maul card in the show?
I don't think they're
That'd
going to
be
do
nuts.
that. I really
That
don't
would
think
be-
they're going to.
Well, they probably won't, but it would be just like
Even a
I
name
think
drop.
they could if they could write it in,
Yeah.
and it would actually work.
I know. I have faith that they could do it well.
Yeah.
I just don't think.
I don't think they're gonna put him in.
I don't think Tony Gilroy really likes relying on other big Star Wars like characters. I think he likes keeping it more focused on the story he's trying to tell. But he does
You
add
think
in
Paul Gullett's gonna be there?
who?
Poor
Gullet.
Gullet. I wanted to add that in the
Oh, my
scene where he was
goodness.
just
Poor
sitting
Gullet.
there and there
Yeah.
was nothing happening. I was like, I'm going to say Poor Gullet.
Yep.
But then I just couldn't do it.
Chose not.
I didn't want to like cheese up, the greatness.
The greatness.
chose
I know.
like my leg.
I love that. My leg.
My leg.
And you
No.
did it later too.
I did. There was a second one. I didn't even know there was
the-
a second one when I looked it up. Yeah, it was like
the
a slightly
screaming,
different.
Yep.
the screaming was the best part.
The first
So many
YouTube
great
stream I could
scenes.
find.
Yep.
But yeah, Red Wedding. Is it? Was that her daughter's wedding party? Or did she finally get divorced? I think this is the way that they break up that terrible situation by basically ending them both. I really do.
I'm
not. I
There's
mean,
gonna be a lot of death.
I don't think. Yeah, I feel like the daughter and the dad might not make it out.
I don't
I think
they
that,
are.
that
Or the
that's
husband, sorry.
that's the catalyst for Mon Mothma
Catalyst.
to
Finally.
officially get in, and then she will forever be immune to any negative because she gave up everything for this.
Yep. Everything.
I hope that they bring the Emperor in though. Like, because I feel like they're gonna have to almost have a sequence with her in the Senate.
Which one? Like one of his
Yeah.
clones, or like the real one?
No, the real.
Yeah, the Snoke's in a jar.
No. No,
No,
that's
no,
sequel
no,
crap.
no.
But
Sequel garbage.
all right, well, we could go on for days. We could talk
days.
about it forever. We really like this trailer, and we're super excited for Andor season 2. So let us know in the comments below. Did you guys like the trailer? Do you think KK's on her way out for reals, homies? And what are you guys looking forward to most in Star Wars? We got lots to talk about. We got more to come. If you remember, we're going to be going live right after this, playing some games, talking more Star Wars with all of you guys. It's a fun time. Now's a great time to join up to become a member if you haven't yet. It's just $2 a month. $1.99 technically, less than a candy bar a month, and you get some good perks.
$199.
How much is a candy bar now?
And you get an extra,
Lots.
a lot more than that. It's probably like $3 a
Wow.
candy
It's like
bar,
3 something.
4 or something, depending on what
Yeah.
you're getting. Name brand.
Name brand.
But yeah, you can sign up and you get an extra stream every week. So definitely join for that. Otherwise, thank you guys for being here. We hope you had a good time. Do you guys have any last thoughts before we jump on out of here?
They were all dancing to
Bye,
the power
everybody.
of many
I'll
chant.
see you all in therapy.
Power of what?
Power of many
Power
chant.
of
That's what they were all dancing.
They were doing that.
See, that's what we thought.
That's
too.
what we
It's
said
like-
too in the trailer. I was
It
like,
was
oh,
it.
no.
It was it. And unfortunately, and when they filmed that, that was before Acolyte came out, so they didn't even know that existed. And the
Are
Acolyte
you
was-
sure?
I'm positive
Oh,
because
I
they were
guess.
in their own bubble. They filmed this thing like 2 years ago,
Yeah, it's been a while.
or at least a year ago,
Something.
maybe 7.
Who knows? I don't have those details.
I don't.
We'll
have
get
those
him on the
details.
phone. We got
trusting
Diego
you.
Luna next week.
Next week on the show. Come back.
back.
April 16th, Talent on Target. You better make something good.
Yeah.
You better
Because-
do
It's
it.
going to come after you.
You better
It's
Diego
not like a threat.
Luna.
He's got
That's short for moon.
he's got to Luna his mind
Is
on you.
gonna throw a moon at you.
Ooh,
like Chewie.
That's how they did Chewie. That was dirty. All right. So speaking of like doing
dirty
doing
Chewie moon.
Chewie dirty,
Let's end it.
crashing the moon on us. Let's get the gonk out of here. All right. Thank you
Gonk.
guys for being here. Don't forget to always stay on target.
I'm very tired, and I'm going to sleep.
Ooh.
Borgullet.
Ooh.